Welcome back everyone, I'm Straatien and this is The Division 2. If you enjoy the game as much as I do, consider subscribing to the channel, where I do gaming news, reviews, streams, and of course, cover Division 2 content. You can also catch me live on YouTube and Twitch every Wednesday for State of the Game Live, and every Saturday starting at 11 a.m. Streams are not always Division 2, so if you want to check it out but maybe aren't a huge fan of the game, that's okay. I do stream a variation of different titles. So today on State of the Game, there was a lot of info covered talking about the new Skyscraper mode and new loot. For this video specifically, I want to focus mostly on Skyscraper and what we now know going into the PTS. With that being said, I think the first thing to mention is that the PTS will start this Friday, so that will be September 4th of 2020. Skyscraper will be on the PTS with the ability to reach level 100. There's a side of me that says allowing this is a bad idea, but considering the condition of Division 2 right now, with everything going on with Massive and Ubisoft just as a whole, I can understand why they're doing this. So from a personal standpoint, I think it's a risky idea, but from a business standpoint, I do agree with the decision. Now let's get into Skyscraper. First off, this is good. Even though last week they told us to completely forget about resistance, right? They told us to just throw resistance out, forget about it. This mode definitely looks like a form of resistance. With that, the continuation aspect does give me memories, kind of feelings of Underground. I did a video a couple weeks back about Skyscraper and what to expect. I will link that above. And as I mentioned then, there's going to be 100 floors in this mode. The elevator has buttons for every 10 floors, starting at floor 1. So rally points / checkpoints, however you want to think about them, are technically every 11 floors, not every 10 as I originally thought. So what this means is that you have to complete the 10th floor before you hit the checkpoint. So if you are on floor 10 and you wipe and you don't get past it, you do go back down to floor 1. So you do actually have to complete that 10th floor in order to get the checkpoint. Before, I thought it was going to be that you had to complete the 9th floor, then the 10th becomes the rally point, but as we've now learned as of today, that is not the case. Bosses and encounters in general are going to be randomized. This is good. This is very good. This was something that I said needed to be in the game mode, and thankfully it is. Thank God it is. Randomization will at least help increase total replayability. And that is, like I've said a couple of times now, that is the biggest thing for this game mode. It is what this game mode needs. Increase in floors equates to increase in difficulty scaling all the way up to legendary. So this is also something that I'm kind of 50-50 on. I don't necessarily like the idea of having this really low, like normal, easy level, and then it ascends as you go up, because essentially what that means is that for anyone that plays essentially on anything higher than normal on a regular basis, so especially like myself, if you play on heroic, like if your preset is heroic, those first 20, maybe even 30 floors are going to be completely useless. Purple gear will be dropping. So this is a little hard for me to digest. I don't necessarily like the idea. I do understand it. I think going with the general Ascension floor to floor is good. And I think from kind of a building model, it is good. But at the same time, it's also going to be frustrating, because that means for probably most players, arguably just about every player that is still playing this game regularly, these first floors are just going to be absolutely useless. They're going to be easy. They're not going to be dropping anything good. So that is upsetting. So at floor 100, the exotic chess piece is going to become available in some way, shape, or form. They didn't give specifics, so I'm not sure if you get it upon completion or if it's a RNG based drop. If I had to take a guess, I would probably say it's going to be an RNG based drop, because I think getting it upon completion would be a bad move, because again, that will diminish replayability. And I also don't think it's going to be something that they just, give to you, that you just kind of get for doing it, like a participation exotic. I don't think it's going to happen. So I definitely think it will be RNG based upon completing the 100th floor. And that will be one of the things that hopefully keeps players coming back, just like in the raids for people that do them. There's not always that guarantee, but at the end of the map, you do have the possibility of getting the exotic. The chess piece itself looks incredible, and it will stack beautifully, and I mean beautifully, with the new exotic SMG. The new SMG exotic is interesting in the fact that upon reload, you obtain bleed damage. So use of the weapon is a +1, -1, essentially. I think this gun, this SMG, like I said, is going to be absolutely awesome. I'm super pumped to use it, and I will definitely be using it in the PTS because I already have some build ideas for it. But it will require unique and specific builds in order to use it to its full potential. And what I mean by unique builds is that you're going to want to have builds, you're going to need high defense builds, certain aspects of defense, specifically like bleed damage, hazard protection, things like those are going to need to be very high on your builds in order to use this weapon to its full capacity. Now, thankfully, with the chest piece and I believe the backpack as well that they mentioned, the exotic backpack, these do have defensive buffs on it, and they're stackable buffs. So I think that will be very, very good. One thing that might drive me a little bonkers, though, will be playing in a constant state of red due to the bleed damage from the gun. Overall, I'm very happy and excited for this mode. It should be very good, and while I do have my worries about it, I don't think it will be something that I necessarily replay a ton. So with that said, guys, I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.